I'm dedicating this video of Eric July complaining about Dick Masterson to Paul Neary, the great Paul Neary. Here we go.
You just kind of did whatever, and everybody's saying it's great because they have to, because they want to shill their shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is not a ISOM is not a $3 million comic. It's not a $10,000 comic.
Anyone who disagrees can suck my cock. I love it. We went over this. Now listen, our last video, we went through this. We read all this, and then we watched Eric's initial video, criticizing the criticism. This is him further diving into it, adding more context.
Anyway, and ISOM just murdered a bodyguard, so he's no longer the good guy. No, that's not what the scene actually
yes, it
actually shows him. He's not an anti-hero because Darren doesn't seem bad. So what is he? You need a save the cat moment. Okay, I don't know where these rules are being made, but whatever. You are a hoe ass nigga. If you aren't upfront and honest with your intentions, and then have the audacity to try to present it to the audience.
Clip Sama, everybody. Don't harass anyone, ever.
The internet and the commentary culture has unfortunately created this culture really in itself where people think that just because they say something that is against the grain, it is a valid thing that must be taken, that is aimed at the product or person. Again, they're saying the thing about. I'm not sure where that came from. It does seem like a more relatively new phenomenon, because I don't remember this being a thing in the Gap, back in the Gap, where people would insist that you must hear someone out and you must take them for their word simply because they say something that is against the grain. You are going to get people, supposed experts, not experts, folks that have been around the block, others that don't possess that knowledge base, where people are more really, let's say, incentivized to just talk shit publicly, as opposed to, let me just say this. It ain't a whole lot of people that are like in my direct messages or sending me emails like, hey man, I think you could do this better. You don't get those. It's hey, I'm going to make sure that I stream about it type shit, which is cool. People think just because they said it, it's valid. And it's like, no.
No?
Some of what you say can be completely invalid. We went through that video yesterday where we went through a comment for you guys that didn't maybe watch that video. It was a guy who wrote this long form post.
Monetize your dummies.
He couldn't even be bothered.
Why are we here to help you?
He couldn't even be bothered to get fundamental issues correct, or even correct himself.
This went on for weeks.
To show that this guy probably was taking notes like from page 1, right, of the book. And he wasn't going back to say, oh, well, this thing that I was confused on, it got addressed later in the book. He didn't even bother to do that. There's a difference between someone that is legitimately critical, and acts in good faith, and there's a difference between that and someone that's acting in bad faith, stirring shit. And then trying to present that as, it's just my honest criticism. Like, I'm gonna be completely honest with y'all, and I gotta be blunt. Y'all know this is who I am.
Yep.
You are a hoe ass nigga.
Thank you for that blunt honesty.
You aren't upfront and honest with your intentions, and then have the audacity to try to present it to the audience as if it's just, I'm just being honest. Like the person that we were talking about yesterday was talking.
The
There are
person.
video evidence of him dogging and talking shit about me before he had even read the damn shit. Talking shit about the book. Okay. So for someone to
Dick Masterson.
do that and then claim to have read it despite getting basic information incorrect, and then start going on about,
This is great.
No, I'm just being honest. I want to like be for real, dude. Like don't like that's the whole nigga shit part of it. Like that's legitimately the
What
whole
is it?
nigga shit part of it.
Ho
Because it's
N-word?
like, dude, be for real. You a shit stirrer. That's fine. Own up to it. Don't be no like throwing your hands and then hiding behind the back or so. You know, it's like tapping someone on the opposite shoulder and then turning around and acting like you didn't do shit. Like, come on, bro, be for real. Like, this is what you do, and that's cool. I'm perfectly fine with that, but at least be honest. Don't act like, well, I'm just entering into it in good faith, and I just want to see this person be better. Like, shut the fuck up. We know that's not your intentions, and that's cool. You're coming from a place that is completely different, because I've had people in comic pros, and when I say comic pros, I'm not like saying in the traditional sense. I'm saying people that have been around the block
Yep.
who have been a part of my journey.
Your journey.
They seem to understand how to approach people with honesty and be constructive, as opposed to, you suck, this sucks, I'm gonna fake read it, and then I'm gonna talk shit to try to form this opinion, and here's this big ass wall of text of me getting fundamental shit. That's a different thing, man.
It's called a criticism, dude. He did it. He did a read of your book. First of all, here's what happened, Eric, in case you need me to reiterate. What happened was somebody who is a comedian but also works in Hollywood and has offered, projects to Hollywood and received notes and knows how to do it. He saw you and identified you as a phony clown buffoon fraud who probably cannot write a comic book because he never has. He's never written a story before. Somebody who collected a ton of money saying that he was going to create a company that was going to compete with Marvel and DC, something which is an absurd and delusional statement. It just isn't real. Like, the only way you'd be able to do that is you'd have to have monthly comics, you'd have to be going through the direct market, and then people who go to comic shops would have to be choosing your books instead of Marvel and DC comics. It ain't going to happen. That's just not the way it works. You can make a lot of money from your own audience. But anyway, he identified you as a culture war grifter without any talent, and he knew automatically that your book was going to be no good. Same way that you guys knew Madam Web was going to suck asshole. When you heard about it, you saw the trailer, all of these things, you knew it was going to suck, you laughed about it and all this stuff. You didn't have to see it. You didn't see it yet. Be for real! Be for real! You didn't see it. Just say that you're stirring shit. Just be for real. And then when he was called out on it, like you didn't even read the book, he went, okay, I'll read it then. And it turns out he was right. And he gave you a big list of notes the way Hollywood, people who read scripts professionally, give notes. And that's what you received. It wasn't like, that wasn't obsessive. That was very generous of him to do that. I know you still don't realize that, but it was he did the same thing to Cyberfrog. I really appreciated it, except he actually liked Cyberfrog. But he gave me notes too. It's helpful.
Just be upfront. Be honest with the situation, bro. Just say, all right, man, I'm here to stir shit. Or at minimum, don't pretend like it's...
I'm here to farm drama.
With me and Marvel Comics, right, I never present it as if I've read the last material, let's say in the last 2 years, outside of a couple of things, and those are the ones that we've covered. Where I have like the actual book, and I'll go through it. Outside of that, I have been open and honest. I have not read any of that shit. If I am going to critique something, it's generally coming from a space of what information is available to me, and I will critique that specific thing. That specific, not in its entirety, because I don't possess the knowledge. It's the same thing with movies and reviews.
Eric, you don't get to make the rules on how people criticize or troll you. You don't get to define any standards or boundaries. People are just going to come at you, and you're going to have to deal with it. And in this case, it's someone who's smarter than you. Dick Masterson is smarter than you. And also is pretty funny and enjoys your reaction to all this. Whether you like it or not, I mean, he's not wrong.
Right? I don't review movies. I don't even watch this shit. So I can't say that, well, with definitively, this movie is this I can't say that. Like, as far as the general quality of it, because I don't possess the knowledge base, because I didn't watch the shit.
So
I didn't watch it.
I like when he dazes off.
If you were as accomplished,
he's seeing
as
greatness.
the people that I have talked about my work with, and you came at me like they did.
Oh, I love it. Hold on, I want to see
more-
that again real quick. I'm sorry about this, but I do want to see this again. I like when Eric finishes a point, and then he just kind of, he spaces out. He goes, and what he's doing is he's visualizing greatness when he does that. He stops talking, and he just kind of goes blank. And I think that's what's going on there. Visualizing greatness. Here we go.
As the people that I have talked about my work with, and you came at me like they did, I'd be more inclined to listen to you. Right? None of you niggas are Chuck Dixon. I'm going to repeat that one more time. None of you
Oh, did I
niggas
skip past it? None of you N-words are Chuck Dixon, he said.
are Chuck Dixon. Right? So let me say this.
Oh,
A
damn
guy
it.
who have talked about my work, a guy that has said, maybe I've thought about going this approach. Maybe you should think about going this approach. Who you think I'm going to listen to? Some Buster Baxter looking ass nigga, or I'm going to listen to Chuck Dixon? Seriously, I'm asking that genuinely. Which one of those guys do I listen to? The roundhead Buster Baxter shit stirrer, or do I listen to one of the most prolific fucking writers of my generation? Which one of those? Which one of those do I listen to? Seriously, who do I listen to?
Listen to me, Eric. You don't have to listen. You can listen to Dick Masterson's notes there and then just listen to me. You're paying Chuck Dixon. I like Chuck Dixon, but like, you are a Brinks truck to Chuck. He's been struggling. You understand? Like, he's having a real hard time in the indies. He's doing work for Vox Day. He's doing work here and there. And you're a guy who, it's like, who has an enormous audience. You're paying him really well. Thank you for doing that. He doesn't want that ride to end, man. I'll do whatever you say. Do you think he takes all this? He's just having a good time and making money, man. You're a Brinks truck to him. Why would he criticize the driver? Like, fuck it, man. Pull up that money truck and do continue to pay him, because you'd be stupid to let him go. Mike Barron, too. Please.
Obviously. There's other writers. There's one that we announced tomorrow. Same thing. So I take heed to that, because it's like, okay, well, this person has been around the block. They are entering into it in good faith.
Good faith.
So, of course, I'm going to listen to that person. I don't listen to Buster Baxter. Buster Baxter has never offered me anything that is valuable to me. Buster Baxter has not done anything but down-talk me publicly. Buster Baxter has been known to be a shit stirrer. Buster Baxter sits here, and his colleague has been talking shit about me since before I ever even launched. There's Buster Baxter, there's Chuck Dixon, there's the writer that we announced tomorrow, there's Gabe El Taib, there's Cliff Richards, there's people that have been around the block who I'd much rather listen to.
Holy shit, do not listen to Gabe El Taib. Gabe, do not listen to Gabe. Holy God almighty. Whatever you do. My God, man. Let me spare you that. You don't have to listen to him. I mean, just make him, if you want him to color your book, go ahead.
To their information.
Fuck, man.
Some of which you'll learn we're now working with. We criticize each other top to bottom. It happens. But it's useful information. And I take that and try to be better. I don't try to be perfect. And I come from the musicianship of it all. So I know that that's a detrimental thing if you're attempting to be perfect. Like, it's like listening to a song that you already recorded and you've already tweaked 7 times and then going back to it. You see, at that point, the song's probably dog shit. No,
I'm sorry, I can't take this, man. I'm so glad I found this video. Yes, this is great. This is 52 minutes of Eric coping and seething, and it is going to go by real fast. I know some of you are like, 52 minutes. We're going to watch all of it. I love the idea that he's comparing overworking a song like Chinese Democracy by Guns N' Roses to actually writing a second draft of a comic book script and listening to criticism. It's very much the same thing, Eric. Yeah, you listen to criticism and do rewrites, it's going to turn out to be dog shit. Like, listen, first draft, right? Get it right the first time, you put it out there, and then you listen to Chuck Dixon and Gabe El-Taib tell you that you're amazing, and thank you for cashing the paychecks. And then, boom, this is fantastic. Absolutely wonderful. Great, smart stuff here. Man, I'm so glad. Thank you, Clip Sama, for this. This is a really tightly edited, beautiful video of some really prime coping and seething, and I appreciate it.
You are coping and seething. You just can't accept what you're seeing. Yes, you're coping and seething. The truth it is scalding, and now you are molding and coping so hard. Coping and seething.
All right, fantastic. Let's get back to this. Clip Sama's in the chat. Got a super chat from Clip Sama. Nice work. Let me see. Thanks for watching my Supercut. Oh, thank you. Thank you for doing this. This is fantastic. Hold on a second. Ethan, why? Why do you do this? I can't afford therapy for dealing with the mental anguish July is causing me, says Jewin Long. Well, I'm sorry, but I think it's good. It's instructive, and this is highly entertaining. Here we go.
So that's me. That's for sure me. I look at it like there's people's stuff that is valuable to me, and this is me encouraging you as also writers and as entertainers. Listen to people that can make you better, and be able and learn to decipher between what is legitimate criticism that's helpful and what's useless, concern trolling, or shit stirring. They are not the same thing. And the other part is that you don't have to respond nicely. And this is where I don't get what I don't understand. And it lets me know that a lot of these guys are bitches. Like straight up, like on some like
bitches,
man shit, like you a bitch. Like it lets me know that right off the rip that you think there's something out of pocket for as you be disrespectful to another man and his business, and then he checks your bitch ass, and then you act like he's doing something that's foul. Right?
This is the plot of ISOM, actually. He just called out the plot of ISOM. Look at this great. You act like you're doing something foul. Eric, he just wrote a really nice criticism for you. Again, the problem with this is that I showed this audience. This audience actually read now, along with me, because we read it together, Dick Masterson's critique. And nobody thinks it's anything like you're saying. Nobody thinks it's out of line or out of pocket or foul. I can't pronounce foul the way he does. Somebody's got to write that phonetically for me. You just settle down, dude. This is crazy, man. I've never seen a react. Like, I should have reacted this way to Mike Partika's criticism. Can you imagine? I took Mike Partika's criticism for what it was. And I said, thanks, Mike. This is crazy, dude. I've never seen anything like this. Grow up. Eric, grow up.
How could you respond to me like you don't know how to take criticism? How do you respond to me like that? You can't do that, dude. You're essentially telling me that you should be able to tee off on people and nobody check your bitch ass.
This is some frost
so that's letting me
You're
know,
right.
Like,
yeah.
IRL, you certainly like on some like. This is why you keep it probably contained to the internet, and that's wise. Like you're not really interactive. You've never had confrontation that you think there's something foul with you coming at someone and then they giving you the energy that you give them back. Like if you don't come into it, that's just trash.
He just criticized you. You want to beat him up.
I'm just gonna hear you out. No, I'm like, all right, that's your opinion to have. I'm not listening to you. You're the last person I'm trying to listen to.
You know what? Thank God Eric July doesn't like manage a McDonald's. Can you imagine like somebody coming up to him, a customer, saying that they didn't get something in their order or the burger wasn't cooked properly or something like that? Can you imagine Eric's response to that as manager of a McDonald's? Man, he'd get right in your face and fucking beat your ass. Hey, man, you come at me with some fucking shit like this? You come at me with disrespect? And I know that this is not in good faith. You're not criticizing My McDLT with proper good faith. This is some foul disrespect, motherfucker. This is some hoe-ass N-word shit. Yeah. I mean, that's what it would be like. Dude, it's just these are critics, you know. That's all it is. Eric, you got to relax, man. Remember the McDLT? It doesn't sound like McDonald's. It sounds like some Popeyes behavior or a Waffle House as NXRD. Maybe he could manage one of those. I mean, damn, dude. The McRipper. Oh my God. No, I know what happens. I know what happens at McDonald's, and it's people like Eric July who are the ones who are doing it. They don't understand, like, customer service, and also, like, he doesn't have the humility to recognize. He's talking about this and that. He takes criticism really personally. And he could either ignore it or accept it gracefully and learn from it. But he refuses to do that because he hates Dick Masterson so much. And the problem is Dick Masterson's smarter than him and was right. And these are all, look at his face. These are all problems that confound Eric. I got people like going, dude, why does Eric July have like a fucking puppet show? This is why. You want to know why Eric July, why Ripoff Verse is taking off and becoming popular? Because of this. Because of this. Wait, because of this. It's hard to do that. It's hard to know which way to point. But I should just say, well, that's the wall with the poster, so I want to point that way. It's because of this. That's why Ripoff Verse is doing so well. Ripoff Verse, if you want to take my idea of Eric July, if he managed a McDonald's, I'm thinking great puppet show. If you want to take all this dialogue and apply it to Eric July managing a McDonald's, that would actually be the McRipper. That would actually be a really good episode of the show, you know. Just saying.
Your information is useless to me. It's just not. You might think it's valuable, and then there might be a follower of you that thinks your information is valuable just because.
Eric is like super arrogant. He's like, you can't step to me. You like, look how angry he is. Look at the nostrils flaring. Look at this behavior here. Yeah, this is like anger and rage over having been disrespected. Like, you're somebody who's not kissing my fucking ass. What the fuck? If you're not kissing my ass, your information is useless to me. It isn't. Damn, dude. Amazing.
Because you are you. And that is also fine. But we're not going to skirt beyond the fact you've been talking shit, being disrespectful. Why would I listen to a disrespectful fucking peon? I would not do that.
Peon. There it is. There it is right there. Two things. Disrespectful and then peon. You're beneath me. God damn, man, these YouTubers are crazy. Unearned ego. Eric July has produced nothing of value. Nothing of value. I'm sorry, backwards is, all right, good. Nothing of value. Certainly not in this space, not in the comic book space. And yet he's got an ego as though he were the black Stan Lee. Well, I'm the white Stan Lee, Eric. Okay? I am the white Stan Lee. And I'm here to tell you, your book wasn't good. And you should listen to criticism. Criticism was valuable. And it would help you to humble yourself. Stop calling people detractors. And try to improve based on some of the commentary that the feedback that people are giving you. How can you produce terrible work and expect to get respect? You produce terrible work, you're going to get disrespected. You know that. Your whole channel's based on that. All right, here we go.
Either. Like I got motherfuckers talking about the color of trucks. When have you ever, like, nobody does that. Like, this lets me know that people are trying to go through my shit like a fine-tooth fucking comb. When a nigga bitches about the color of a truck, because he doesn't know the difference between maybe a fucking ranch vehicle as well as his own personal vehicle, and the nigga's like, well, those trucks are different colors. I was confused. Like, I don't know if anybody's ever read a Spider-Man comic and was like, well, I remember seeing a truck in the first two panels.
This is an autistic meltdown. And I recognize this now because my daughter has autism, so I wouldn't understand this before. I was like, what is this clown doing? Why don't you settle down? This is autism. This is an autistic meltdown. This will get you thrown off an airplane. This is why I'm scared to go to Florida, Orlando on an airplane. Me and my wife and I are like, oh boy, we're going to take Ava on an airplane for the first time. We're worried about it because this kind of thing happens and it spirals out of control. Like, there's no slowing this down. You have to just endure it. You know, you can try to comfort, like, something that Eric could use probably to get him to calm down is a weighted vest they give to autistic kids. So it feels like a perpetual hug. You know what I mean? And if Eric had a weighted vest on, maybe he'd calm down a little bit and he'd be able to get his the emotions that he's feeling under control a little bit more. I think that would be helpful. But this is, you're wondering, you're watching this and you're going, damn, like all of this over Dick Masterson's criticism. You understand why Dick Masterson is doing what he's doing now? Dick Masterson at first was just like, no, I want to tell everybody that this comic book sucked. But he got this reaction from Eric July. Why wouldn't he continue to do that? Why wouldn't he continue? He needs a pacifier instead of pacifier. Weighted vest and a helmet. Maybe like a protective helmet. Yeah, would be good too. Yeah, I don't know. All right, here we go.
And now here's another truck in on page 60, and they're different. Nobody does that. Nobody. Think about it like this. If there's something that is unanimous, if there's something that the entirety or the majority, not the entirety, that's just never going to happen. But let's just say the majority of the individuals that like legitimately wanted you to succeed and they feel a certain kind of way, that's worth looking into. I don't think that it's best that you try to become a perfectionist and dedicate resources to try to satisfy the desires of that one person when the others had zero issues with.
They didn't read
like on
it.
the comprehension tip, when you're like some of the things that the guy was like the other day, like, we don't know what his farm is.
I like it. I like that face. He's there. He's visualizing greatness.
What? Or that, oh, well,
there it was.
This is like a detective. ISOM's like a detective. ISOM literally says, point blank in the book, I'm not a detective. Like, what?
All right, you settle down, you goofball. What Dick was saying was, it doesn't matter if ISOM is a detective. He finds himself in the middle of a detective story, dude. It's a detective story that somebody who says, I'm not much of a detective, finds himself in. That's interesting, actually. But you don't know how to do a detective story. You kind of set it up, and then you kind of flopped it. But I like that idea. Like, oh my God, like the last thing I'm muscle. I'm hired muscle. I'm a fucking superhero. And this is going to require a detective, and I'm not smart enough. Eric, you can probably relate to this. I'm not smart enough. I'm just somebody who functions like an animal, like kind of oh, I've been disrespected. I feel a couple of things: hunger and the need for vengeance over petty slights. I can't really use my brain to figure out what anything means, and therefore this detective situation that I found myself in is going to be more difficult for me than it would be for somebody else, somebody who is neurotypical. That's what Dick's saying there, and that would actually be a pretty good story. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm a dummy who has to solve a mystery. That's great. It's still a detective story. You having ISOM say, I'm not much of a detective, does not make the story not a detective story. You understand? Thank you.
Or I don't know who Altona's who is Avery's sister. Like, that's a comprehension problem. Like, it's a user error. You can't blame me. Everybody else seems to
Scooby-Doo,
understand.
perfect example. Dummies solving mysteries.
Skill issue. Yeah, that's what it is. I like that. That's essentially what it is. That's a critique to your critique. Consider it that. You have comprehension problems, and maybe that's where you're coming from. You're coming from a place of where you misplace your ignorance onto like the writer, really. And that's a you problem. That's not me. And like I said, it's not even worth dedicating the resources to try to make that more clear if other people had zero issues understanding the storyline. Like, that's That's the thing. I think what it boils down to, and this applies to me too. Just because you're a fucking critic does not make your information valuable. I've been trying to be a perfectionist, like trying and holding the audience's hand, like that's just not my writing style. It'll never be my writing style. There's no.
What? I can't take it, dude. The fucking All right, here we go. It goes on, man. This is 52 minutes of this. How old is this video, Uncle? This is probably from like August. When would it be? Right after the. This would be right before the Yellow Flash confrontation, which maybe it was in June. This video is. So I'm trying to sort out like the timeline. But you need to see it. It's important that you see this because if you hadn't seen this, you wouldn't understand where we are today. You'd say people are just being mean to Eric July for no reason. Like there's no. Dick Masterson was told to read the book and criticize it because he prejudged it as a piece of shit. He did so, offered valuable criticism. Eric July made a cope video that was crazy going through the review and basically lying about it, trying to cope with it. And then over the course of the next week, Eric July had several tantrums like this one, still angry over the review, which eventually led to the confrontation on Yellow Flash's stream that I was on Flashcast, where Dick Masterson met up with him, and Eric completely emotionally shut down until the end when he had like a hyperspasm that was really funny. Like, you consider this a critique of your critique. I thought it was worthless and no good and not helpful, and I thought it was retarded, and you're retarded, and all this stuff, you know. But this is important. This is a great thing. I didn't know there was, again, Clip Summit, thank you for this. I didn't realize that this existed. This is fantastic. Okay, here we go.
No fun in it. There's no fun in sitting here writing in a way that you need to know everything about everything in the first book. That's just not, that's not useful. I feel like definitely the guy that we talked about, we know he's a bad actor. We know he acts in bad faith. That's cool. Even if I thought that he didn't act in bad faith, largely everything on that fucking page was useless.
Yeah, Urashima, this is why I think there might be autism here. You know,
this is how you know people act in bad faith. Because if you're questioning something that was actually told explicitly to you, you have to go out of your way to somehow miss that information. And often that's what happens. If you go into it with the preconceived notion, you go into it with a certain bias that I'm going to negatively critique this, it's easy for you to miss basic shit because you're trying to find something to be, instead of looking at it objectively, you're looking for something that's wrong. Quote tweeted it and I said, I couldn't have made it more obvious unless I added a push button audio cue that was a recording of my voice explaining it like I'm Dora the Explorer. It couldn't have been clearer than that. You have actual readers, fans, going through some of these criticisms that people think, or not people, bad.
So the whole thing about like who is Mrs. Newman or whatever her name was, the point of that wasn't that you didn't explain who she was. You didn't explain why the fuck we should care or why ISOM should care. Oh, she's somebody who goes to church with my mother, blah, blah, blah. I like Mrs. Newman. Who gives a fuck? Why is she a reason? Why is she important? Why am I explaining this? You're just going to get mad.
That faith actor thinks that his shit is legitimate just because he said it. I don't like when people attack people who are doing things that they aren't doing. It's disingenuous. Well, yeah, I mean, that's I totally get that. I guess I have more of an issue
That's a good edit
with
there.
it if you are presenting yourself as if you are a expert in it and your opinion is the gospel and you're unaccomplished. Like, that's the part that I don't understand. It's like, well, it's not that I don't understand. It's like, you have to be somewhat self-aware, right? It's like me trying to lecture Michael Jordan on
What?
baby fadeaways, right? Like, what?
Oh, you're the Michael Jordan of comics, are you? Look at his face now as he visualizes greatness again and goes into kind of like an autistic stupor. You just compared yourself to Michael Jordan. Like, people, can you imagine these people lecturing Michael Jordan about fadeaways? That's what you just said. And that's Dick Masterson criticizing your comics. Look at your face when you said that. You really believe that's who you are? Here's the difference between Michael Jordan and you. Michael Jordan's good at basketball. You're shit at writing comics. That's the only difference. Other than that, like, maybe you're good at basketball. I don't know. That's the only difference. That's why I wouldn't say that you're the Michael Jordan of comics, because he's good at playing basketball. You're bad at playing. Do you mean Michael Jordan when he played baseball for a little while? No, he was still pretty good at that too. Not as good. God damn, dude. Where's that Michael Jordan clip? Like, stop, get some help. Look at his face. He's like, all of this stuff is coming out. Like, how he sees himself, his enormous unchecked ego. This is like people telling the Michael Jordan how to do fadeaways. You don't know. Bro. For real.
Or which like someone trying to critique me coming out of the blocks that has never ran track. I'm just saying you have to have a little bit of self-awareness. You can't be so aggressive coming at someone and being unaccomplished. Someone says, so all of your comic book critiques before.
No, I see. So, no, you're saying he's the, like Michael Jordan is. Yeah, Michael Jordan can't write comics either, so. Interesting. Yeah. He means when Michael Jordan had the Hitler stash and was selling underwear. Why did he do that? I forgot about that. That was funny. Okay.
For the launch of ISOM is invalid. No, I just said that it doesn't mean that it's invalid. But like, I can't go to, let's say, Dale Keone and tell him how to do fucking art. Even if I was like, which I wouldn't. I think he's one of the greatest artists ever.
Dale
Keone. I couldn't
be
like, oh, I don't particularly like this,
right?
And I can't expect him to listen to me. You have Chuck Dixon attached to the next project. What is he going to say about that? Well, they tried to as soon as he started working with us, they immediately went to try to demonize him. So that's how it works, right? It's like
he's the Dale Keone of writing comics.
They're more angry at people that they don't like or they feel undeserving seeing more success than they'd like them to have. That's really what this boils down to. Isn't that what we've always criticized the mainstream for doing? And that's what another bad actor should understand. Another thing that they should understand. Like one of our criticisms is that mainstream guys aren't listening. They're making material for non-readers. They're completely ignoring people that are fans of the source material. And that's what these dickheads expect me to do. Buster Baxter expects me to take his opinion as opposed to the fucking 40,000 other people. Why would I do that? I'm not in the business of trying to make normie-centric content. I'm not in the business of trying to make some shit that appeals to each and every individual. That's impossible.
Well, you know what? Like, to be honest with you, when you say that, like, you say, listen, these people want me to go against myself, the source material. Why did you hire the Saska sisters? People who, first of all, there are no fans of ISOM. They're fans of Eric July. The people didn't know ISOM. They had no opinion about him. They were trying to read an ISOM comic book. So these are Eric July fans. And they bought the comic book because they were fans of you and all of your anti-SJW rhetoric. And then you hired the Saskas and then said, we don't care about that as long as they don't put their politics in the comics. Dude, what is really going on with you? Seriously, what is this? What do you mean, as long as they don't put their politics in the comics? It doesn't matter if they put them in the comics. They're going to put them in your organization. You just did that. Like, just by hiring them, they put their politics in your entire organization. If they leak out into the comics, that's inevitable. But now they're running the show, dude. You made them. You made a bunch of SJW feminists. Keepers of the lore, you called it, I think, something like that. Fucking hell, man. So, yeah. So the brand is Eric July, and you already kind of debased that.
Possible. I have a target audience. I'm making it for them. And if they enjoy it, really, that's all that matters. For the sake of catering to people that had an issue with it when 40,000 other people didn't have a problem. That's what we've been so critical of the mainstream. And these people expect me to let you. All right, so it's like, hey, all these people that didn't have a problem with it, all these people that like this, all these people that like that, I should value your opinion as a bad faith actor over theirs. Even if you were accomplished, why would I do that? Why? Again, that's what we've been critical of the mainstream for doing. That would be me being a fucking hypocrite. We got a 5 from Eric the Red. Says Buster Baxter's fat sidekick also really, really likes cuties. Says there's that. There's that. Says, I can't believe that guy didn't understand that Avery choosing to go after Darren for disrespecting him instead of staying on task and looking for Jasmine's is an intentional character flaw. His whole diatribe was complaining about ISOM not being perfect. What the fuck? Yeah, I guess God forbid, ISOM isn't a Mary Sue. Oh, he has flaws? He has a little bit of stubbornness to him? It's called flaws. Some characters, and the greatest of them have them, guys. That's intentional. And he's taking you, that's what the dickhead didn't understand, because he's taking you through his internal dialogue. You remember that part where ISOM is discussing, like, you know, I could potentially even make this situation worse. He's going through all that internal dialogue. I'm trying to help you out, dickhead. Just to backstop, I'm trying. Dickhead. I don't want to do so much as like explicitly state. Like I said,
you are helping him out.
What does he want from me? To have a push button audio cue in my book where you push the button and then I explain anything. I explain everything like you're a fucking toddler.
Oh,
Bad
boy.
actors, and especially people that are dickheads. And this is the thing. All right, let me also backtrack. So this is what happened. This is the guy that disingenuous fucking loser, dorks, if you will, that tell me and lecture me that I should be listening to, talk shit about it before having ever read it, ask people for a
Dale
pirated
Keone
copy,
is here,
right? Tries to get a pirated copy. I don't even know if the motherfucker actually read it, because if you read the actual write-up, this guy is writing as if he didn't actually read it. He more so got cliff notes from someone because he's missing basic information. And then proceeds to talk shit after that. Yeah, that's the guy I'm supposed to be listening to. Like, come on, guys. Dan says his criticisms are filled with nitpicks and falsehoods. I'm not sure if you read it, but having read it myself, his critique is embarrassing. I'll go through them. 2 weeks ago. Do not start back in time. Nitpick. There's no good reason you can't do this. Second Street Marvel also talked about this with
yes,
a Captain America book where it's like one took place like it starts where it's like in 1991. I think is like the year that they said that it started with Civil War.
We'll say that,
right, and it starts in that year. Like I'm not exactly reinventing the wheel.
No, you're retarded, Eric. You can say 1991. I do that with Cyberpunk. It all takes place in the 90s, so it'll be like 1993. That's the first. So it's in 1993 in Philadelphia. You can do that. You can't go 2 weeks ago because this is going to be hard for you to understand. 2 weeks ago from what? From what point? Now, you could do this. You could start and say this is taking place now, and then show a little bit of a scene, and then go 2 weeks ago, if you want to. But just the first caption on your page 2 weeks ago is disorienting. 2 weeks ago from when? From what? 2 weeks ago from what point? That's why he was saying that. Yeah, there is a reason you can't do that. Nobody would do that.
Are we earlier today in the present time or 2 weeks ago? Absurd question, given that what follows is the story of one day in his life. Very true. So obviously early that day. This is what I was explaining yesterday. Someone else can get this with no problem. Most guys can get it. But folks want, because their comprehension is bad and it's not spelled out for them, they think that there's something wrong with like us. And it's like, no, that's a skill issue. He's quoting him, quote, confusing who is the sister and who is Miss Newman. If not for your sister, do it for Miss Newman. It doesn't have the same impact. Absurd. His sister asked him if he remembers Miss Newman's daughter to open the call. Where is some reading comprehension? And he shows the actual picture of exactly that. You remember Jasmine, Miss Newman's daughter. Like, why? How could you possibly get that confused? Like, what, you think she's Miss Newman's daughter, or she's...
No, what he was saying was, Eric, what he was saying was, why would he care about Miss Newman? Like, it should be like, hey, help Miss Newman. And if you're not going to do it for her, do it for me, your sister. So you got that backwards. Like, he has every motivation to do something for his sister because he loves his sister, right? But if not for your sister, do it for Mrs. Newman. What does he prefer, Mrs. Newman, to like his sister? He's busy. He's retired, you know? It's like, no, do a favor for your sister. All right, there you go. You understand? You just got it backwards.
Speaking in third fucking person, what sense does that make? Continuing on. Again, this is a quote. He says, now we meet ISOM and the internal monologue starts. Probably should have started at the beginning of the book. See, that's not a criticism, right? He says, if you're going to use it, use it. Nitpick, no reason not to start how he did. And again, that's the nitpicky part. Like, and I think that's where the conflation becomes. It's one thing to say, you would have wrote it in a different way. That's one argument. Reading comprehension issues. Said, again, quoting this nitpicker, says that's a lot of exposition in one page when he meets Darren, but not when we met ISOM, which is weird. I think less is more. I'm being told he's the bad guy, but I can't see any evidence of it. What? He has Avery jumped and beaten for asking questions. Did he read it? And he does pick up on some of the stuff, and that's where I start to realize that I don't know if this guy actually read this book and if he's just reading Cliff Notes. But the guy that he's quoting, like, are we even sure? Because he gets basic stuff sort of wrong. I think it's reasonable to understand why he acted in the way that he acted, right?
Oh, God, I can't take it. Hold on, let's read some super chats here. White Guy McGee says, Eric created Yaira to have people ask, who is this? Then use that to push the idea that people want to know more. In reality, they just wanted to know something. Yeah, I know. Just tell me anything about the story. Seriously, any facts would help. Let me see. Doing along. Ethan, why? Why do you do this? I can't afford therapy for dealing with the mental anguish July is causing me. It is tough. Element 8 says, hey, Ethan, my 2 cents. Even if a short story ends on a cliffhanger, which EJ thought he did twice, it still needs to be complete. For best results, skillfully answer all the below questions. When, where, who, what, how, why. Hail. Thank you for $20. Prambach Gulati says, oh, God, he gay. And XRD says, it sounds like Popeyes. Yeah, I agree. Eddie Spaghetti. Thank God Eric moves differently now. Way less embarrassing now that he streams with Az. Oh, my God. I got a couple of those. I don't think I can do it. My head is pounding from listening to this. Sam takes. Eric moves differently now because he's getting fat. Urashima Mataru says he literally can't understand. How old is this video, Uncle? Says Headrock. Yeah, last summer. Juan Wong. I feel like Emma Frost ventilated my brain. Nolan Lockhart says, Flash thought ISOM could fly. Comprehension error, you big dummy. Peter Felterbush says, there's nothing worse than a confident idiot, a la Ripa. Jasper Plan 9. Ethan, play the post-Ricada Rumble stream, DMs. I will, but not tonight. I honestly, this is giving me a splitting headache. Gab says, you complain about YR being low energy, then complain when he's animated. Can young Ripa win? This is funny at 1.5 speed. He's so angry. Part of being young. I know. I don't want him to be either like lifeless or just stupidly angry. I'd like him to have fun. Just be like, ha. You can't do that. Like, he's either like fucking pretending to be infuriated, or maybe he really is infuriated, or he has nothing. It's difficult for him, I think. Bass player 2011 IFY. Eric's biggest mistake was getting into a slinging match with Masterson. The man is a professional troll. I discovered him about a decade ago, shortly after he released his book, and he looked like a 70s porn star. Yeah, I love that version of Dick Masterson. It was really funny. Sport Nugget says, I hear there's some conspiracy out there where Eric can't take criticism. I wonder where that would have come from. Yeah, I know. He's like, there are people out there with this narrative that I can't take criticism. We got the receipts, dude. Storm D says, the new Marvel Knight Thrasher this week is 100 times better than ISOM. Eric is doing nothing to improve comics. Should he hire Malin to write ISOM, says Bob Gable. I hope he doesn't do that. Clip Sama says, imagine how I feel. This stream was like 2 hours. Dude, it is head-splittingly stupid.
You go to see a guy that's an old friend, and then he tells you, he disrespects you by saying, basically, go work in his fucking kitchen. He then he gets upset with him about the question that he asked, and then tells him to go essentially lie to Jasmine's mother, and then gets told to drag the motherfucker out. You can understand why someone wouldn't take so kindly to that sort of reaction, right? And Darren may have his own sort of issues with how he was approached, but you can understand at minimum where the conflict is. It doesn't show him anyone getting killed. Multiple men try to attack Avery and he beats them up. Yeah. He says murdered the bodyguard. I'm guessing he's referring to, and I talked about this in the video yesterday. He's referring.
Well, what happened was Eric, he was in Darren's bar, and then he was told to leave, and he wouldn't leave, and so security came to get him off of the private property where he was asked to leave, and he beat the living shit out of the security guards. He's the bad guy. He's a villain.
to him gut punching, and we see the like X-ray, kind of like what you see with Mortal
Jesus.
Kombat. Yeah, he got him good, but didn't kill him. Darren immediately reveals himself to be a piece of shit crime boss. What book did he read? Yeah, and there's some complexities maybe there that maybe get reviewed or revealed, I don't know, after the first goddamn book.
Goddamn.
Okay, so Big Accept shows up. Accepts are superheroes. ISOM says he trained his body, though. So is he an Accept or not? He's clearly an Accept. Dude says he is about to show don't tell in one breath and then wants the obvious shit to be spelled out for him in the next. And this is why we know that he's a bad faith actor. This is how you know this guy was acting in bad faith and was going into it just trying to criticize everything. Because he, in his notes, he doesn't bother to change any of that shit. And he's still operating as if that stuff isn't revealed. So he's like, I'm confused. But remember later in the book, for you guys that have read it, there's a fucking conversation between Avery and Santuan about being Accepts. So you can't be possibly confused by that unless you're being disingenuous. This is not valid criticism, guys. This is nitpicky and wrong. Like, imagine nitpicking, but also being wrong. Number 11. I wonder what the ranchers at Silman Ranch loading meat into a truck were selling. Probably widgets. What are they selling back in the country? Widgets? This is a problem that plagues this book. What exactly is he doing? Again, it's like, hey, you get introduced to Wayne Enterprises and you expect to know the fucking, who the goddamn accountant is. You expect to know what all business affairs that they're in, right? What deals they've made. You expected to know that after all of that after the first fucking issue. You expected to know that, or Tony Stark and what he does in his business, what he's supposed to be doing. You're supposed to know that in the first book. But we just got introduced to Wayne Enterprises, but we don't know all of what they do. Like, who the fuck bitches about that on the first book? That it says Silman Ranch. You see also, again, to his point, loading meat in the truck. You see when he's talking to one of the younger workers, Sam, that there's cattle right there. I shouldn't have to hold your hand and tell you, obviously, this is some things that are being done on the ranch. It's a ranch! Initial tests that indicate he refers, right, he says, what the fuck was that hospital scene? So no one has any idea if he's an Accept and there's a magic bracelet. That's a bit of a double magic scenario. Okay, the guy's an idiot. First of all, it wasn't a magic bracelet. This is what Dan says. He says, initial test, yeah. So it's not a magic bracelet. It's clearly how he was able to ping folks that responded, namely, Sam and his sister. How did his sister know where he was at? I shouldn't have to spell all of this out. It's just a fucking, it's like, I think of it like an Apple Watch giving away your GPS. It's not like a magic bracelet. Like, and then like you see Altona having the conversation like, there you are. How would she have known where he was? It's not magic. It's just basic tech. Hopefully she got my ping. And then Altona shows up. Like, how much more obvious do I? This is a user error from Buster Baxter around face dash. That's a user error from that guy that he doesn't understand that. When I'm in that case, I spelled it out. I even said it, and you still don't understand. Magic bracelet. It's just a fucking Fitbit, man. It ain't that complicated. Responding to this conversation,
Say
that was a Merc more than a strip club, a whorehouse. ISOM thinks that the girl might just be Darren's secretary. Well, he's going through the possibilities. So why doesn't he go to the police like normal? This is the point that, it's like, all right, we're really nitpicking. Because it's like, why doesn't Daredevil go to the police? Well, what am I writing this fucking book? If it's going to be that easy, oh, yeah, just call the police, man. All right, it's a 2-page book. We're done. Altona, so that's it. Altona calls, because that resolves all issues. We're not talking about superheroes. We're not talking about comic books. That resolves all issues, right? Hey, just call the police. Why don't they just call? Like, imagine this, man. This is a guy you want me to take serious? A guy that would dare to say this about a fucking comic book. Why doesn't he just call the police? Why have superheroes at all? They got it all resolved. Just call the police. The book's over. All right? So what? That makes the book what?
Well, it's a matter for the police,
6
Eric.
pages long? Yeah,
it's not cause for a superhero to get involved.
Hey, call the law. And then Altona says, okay, the end. ISOM won.
Well, that's you wrote
in my
that.
opinion, I thought the hospital saying was absolute gold. Was some great Well, appreciate that. So, you're trying to get things. So you start to learn even more about Accepts, right? You learn that, well, they don't just have a supreme database with everybody that's an Accept. You learn that stuff through that dialogue. And like I said, I try to do these types of things. Apparently, Dickhead wants me to sit there and like go through everything and spell it out. Like, again, I'm writing for toddlers. Is this what the modern age of entertainment has become? You say everything and you do everything in the first book. You hold the audience's hand for everything. Like, where did this stuff come from? Someone said in the chat. Frieza shows up to destroy the planet. Goku just calls the police. The end. Dragon Ball Z is over. Resolved. Just call the police. Avery goes back to Darren to ask him questions. Darren responds by having him attack. Avery responds by letting his pride, a character flaw, take over, and he goes back to the club looking for revenge. Jesus. Yeah. He's this is just something that the dickhead said. The roundhead guy says, why care about this? Give us a reason to care. Well, I don't know. That's called like, I'm obviously having like long-term storytelling elements involved. You had these two people, these two intriguing characters in Darren's club talking about, so you learn through that conversation, they have motivations of their own. You also learn that the club is not just a regular club. When Michael tells you that, There's no indication that this girl is in danger. This club just seems like a normal club. There are people taking selfies and smiling outside. Hollywood is more dangerous than this at night. It doesn't seem like a bad place. ISOM says he has no plan and he doesn't seem to have a goal. No indication beyond she is working for a crime boss. Her mother says she's missing and the crime boss is being tight-lipped about it. Yeah, it's like, yeah, that's not suspicious at all. Like, I shouldn't have to hold your hand through that. Mother is worried about a person that's her fucking daughter. Enough that she goes to the family friends to just try to get some information. And then when Avery looks, instead of just him saying, Darren just being like, well, which I guess I could end the story like that, Dick Dixon, or Dickhead, I guess that was
Dixon.
how I was supposed to do it. Just have Darren say, oh, this is exactly what's happening with Jasmine. Oh, the end. If it didn't end with the police, just calling the police, it'll end right there. Oh, here she is. And then Avery just calls the sister back, say, oh, she's okay. He said it was okay. Click, the end. Story. All right, maybe in that case, the story then goes on to, I don't know, 16 pages. And then this is the awesome thing because, again, he said, he's getting fun. This is why it's not legitimate criticism. He gets fundamental things that are explicitly stated wrong. He says, ISOM has no plan and he doesn't seem to have a goal. And then he just ISOM internal dialogue, literally saying that clown talked down to me and that won't go unaddressed. It's almost as if he just gave you a reason why he wants to go back.
He sounds just like Eric.
Stated. It's right there in that box if you just read it. And then he goes through the dialogue. He said,
yeah, but there, you know why he's saying that is because he's like, wait, this is supposed to be like a hero comic. He's supposed to be a superhero. He literally is just going in there. He shows up there, and he gets disrespected, and like he's going back in there to kill people because he was disrespected. You know what I mean? There has to be something more, Eric. That's what you would do. That's not what a hero would do. The guy's a protagonist, man. We have to be able to relate to him. Like, wait a second. What the hell is this? That guy disrespected me. That won't go unaddressed. He even talks like you. It's so funny, dude. Fuck this stupid fucking book.
Jasmine could be Darren's assistant. She could be doing other kind of work. He's like, maybe it's harmless, but maybe it's not. And then he's, this is, again, character flaw. He says, I'm acting fake concerned. Really, I just want to punch him in his mouth. He's telling you why he wants to go back. Like, it's there. Like, it ain't even one of those things where I'm just simply showing you. He's talking himself through it. And you get to see that as a reader. You can't have this position that you don't know when he's explicitly telling you. This is a comprehension problem, guys. Another one. He says, so ISOM assaults a woman. Jasmine, I guess he thinks he is. So he thought, I missed this in the original video. So he thought ISOM assaulted Jasmine. She doesn't say what the deal is or that she needs help or even for him to go away. You're going to ruin this. Then two guys pull him off of her and he beats them. They acted reasonable.
Being a murderer is a flaw. I agree.
He calls putting
that is
an
a
arm on her
character
shoulder
flaw.
in a caring way during a conversation assault. And he thinks this response didn't justify Avery swinging on the dudes coming up like they're her pimp. What a bizarre take. And Avery sees her. He sees Jasmine. And he puts his hand on the shoulder. He said,
Sheepburger says, Hail War Campaign. Who was the better writer, Eric July or Nasser? I would say Nasser. Maybe he has an inferior artist, though, right? Dickington Bose says, so odd seeing an autistic and low IQ not be able to understand change over time, such as having a different information base at the end of a review. Yeah. It's really weird, man. This whole thing's odd. Behavior's odd. Gab, wow, we're getting more super chats. Says Cecil says live. Don't forget to redirect stream while you're still capable. Your eyes are glazed and look like you're in pain. Advil or a lie down. Yeah, I got to get like fucking Excedrin after this. He really is like just screaming and fucking insane. Just insane at this point. Hollering.
Involuntary. That's assault. This, a good faith, guys. He's arguing in good faith. He's also wrote things. He's also written things. He's just criticizing. He thinks this is assault. This is the guy that we're supposed to be listening to. How on earth could you interpret this panel saying that ISOM assaulted Jasmine? You can't possibly be a rational person and think that a person saying this is assault is one, acting in good faith, or two, fucking competent. Just hand on the shoulder.
Owner of a multi-million-dollar business.
He says, I'm not here to judge. Just tell me if it's involuntary. And then the dude puts his fucking hands on ISOM as he's trying to. He's just asking, hey.
He grabbed him by the shoulder first.
Random dudes come up and put their hands on him. And obviously that pissed him off. And the hilarious thing, which I don't think Dan actually had that panel, Avery tells you why he starts whooping ass. The dude puts his hands on Avery. Avery asks,
in the exact same way.
Putting your hands on someone so aggressively, your first instinct, as he's like fucking got him jacked up. Not like ISOM just having his hand on his shoulder, trying to see if she's part of something that's an involuntary.
Multi-million-dollar business.
And ISOM's like, why is this your first instinct to put your fucking hands on me?
Yeah, why?
And so he's like, all right, well, you justify what it is that I'm about to do to you. 18. He tells them to leave and that he won't spare anyone who jumps in. And this is the part where the guy enters the club,
no.
which consists of normal-looking couples, and he threatens the women to leave, or else he will beat them. The way you do it is you go in and warn people, then you get attacked, then they leave. Okay, so remember, good faith, right? Good faith. This is just legit criticisms by the dickhead, by Buster Baxter. Just legitimate criticism. You can't handle criticism. This is what he says. He says the way, this is how he's telling, even though this isn't criticism, he's telling me this is how I should do it, or rather how he would do it. He says the way you do it is go in, warn people, then you get attacked. That's exactly what happened. He comes in the club, he says, things don't have to get any more out of hand. Just take me to Darren and I won't ruin your little shindig. He goes in, he doesn't go in like guns a-blazing. He goes in, he tells the ladies, hey, I'm not sparing anybody that jumps in this. He says, I don't even want to fight. Just take me to Darren and I'm good. He walks in the club, he says, ladies, I suggest you take this opportunity to leave. I ain't sparing anybody that's crazy enough to jump into this. He says, things don't have to get any more out of hand. Just take me to Darren and I won't ruin your little shindig. So he goes in, and then the guys start to fucking run at him. This guy swung the first punch, and Avery didn't even punch him. He just weaved it. So, going back to the Mr. Good Faith, I'm just criticism. It's just honest criticism. He says the way you do it is go in and warn people, and then you get attacked.
Oh, hell
That's exactly what happened. He went in, he warned him. He said, hey, I don't even want to fight. Just take me to Darren, and then he got attacked. So, now again, there's no rule that says I had to do it this way. But this shows that the guy is acting in bad faith because, as Dan Cotter says, what he's telling me that I am supposed to do is exactly what happened. It's exactly what happened. You can't say, do it this way. This is how you do it. And then that's exactly what we did. He walked in, didn't want to fight, just said, take me to Darren. Then he gets attacked. You said, you go in, warn people, then you get attacked. What the fuck? Seems like everyone has heard of ISOM at least. The only people, first of all, ISOM doesn't even get mentioned by name as ISOM, which would be his hero name, until the end. Cedric's the only person that brings up the fact that he's ISOM. Now, he obviously has had previous confrontation with Santuan, but even Santuan's kind of confused in the fact that he's able to do stuff that didn't happen in the previous altercation. So it's not that everybody knows him. That's not what happened. He said, and this is a funny part. We talked about this yesterday. He says he jumps off the wall and destroys a brick. That is not something a normal person could do. Batman cannot do that. Oh. Splitting the atom, guys. We're splitting the atom here. We split the atom. He's figured it out. Oh, Batman can't do that. Batman can't just slide into somebody. Oh, my God. It's almost as if he has powers.
Sit down.
He has powers, guys. Batman can't do it. Oh, you think? Herder, son of a bitch. Did I break this chair?
You did. You broke the chair.
Anyway,
this is the funniest comedy in a long time, dude.
Of a fight. And then he's like,
I love it.
Wow, he does something that's basically superhuman. And then he's confused by that. Maybe they are sending their best, and the best is different parts. This is ISOM 1's first time they've ever read it and never skipped a beat. The plot was extremely legible for what's fun. And like I said, for those that were like, this is not what this is about. I know people that like to act like there's no difference between someone talking shit and being dishonest, or worse, like this guy did, saying completely wrongful information. They act like that's the same.
Good
like,
times.
like genuine, and you're like, hey, it wasn't my thing. Okay, never have you seen me jump down someone's throat just because they said it wasn't their thing. It's like, all right, bro, like it's a different thing from saying, well, here's something that happened, that should have happened, and then I say, well, it did happen, it's right here. And that's the thing that gets me, these idiots will say wrongful information, and then I, or a Whippleverse fan, will correct them, and then they take that as, well, y'all can't handle criticism. Like, oh my God, y'all can't handle criticism. It's basically saying, this is what you're telling me. You are a punk bitch that is afraid to be confronted when saying wrongful information. That's what it is.
Come on, dude. Come on. Hold on a second. Let me read some super chats from the good people. The good people of Trashcast here. Eric definitely looks like a man who can handle criticism, says Psycho Crusher. Yeah, I agree, dude. He's handling it like a pro. Nolan Lockhart says, so ISOM is an except that wants to punch Darren, a normal human, in the face, potentially killing him over disrespect. Is that an abuse of power? Thanks for $10 and a good question. Yes, it is. It's an abuse of power. It makes him a villain and not a hero in any way. So these are not heroic impulses, and they're Eric's impulses, which should tell you something as you read ISOM and realize that it's really a self-insert comic. These are Eric's ideas about what manhood is, what being a hero is. It's alarming, yeah. Twig says, must be rough having the self-insert when all criticism essentially feels like it's towards you. We will try it. Horseman. Yeah, I agree with you. Like, because this is like, a lot of the criticism is about like how ISOM's an asshole, and ISOM is Eric July, or his great-great-great-great-great-grandfather, who walked in Christianity until he died, or something like that. What does Tombstone say?
You a pussy. You want to throw your hands and hide them behind your back, and God forbid someone actually confronts you. That's a bitch made as it gets. Like me, at least I stand on what I say. If I say something, even if it's fucked up, you want to address it, bitch. I'm all for it. I'm not gonna pretend I didn't say the shit. Or say, oh, how dare you respond to little old me? Oh, how why so mad? Like, nigga, shut the fuck up, man. Like, ain't nobody. You just a bitch, and you want to be able to throw your hands, and then some. It's like going to punch somebody, and they're not. You punch them, they ate the punch, then they knocked your bitch ass out, and then you got mad. How about just don't go swinging on people if you don't want to get swung back on? It's reciprocity, bro. It's kind of a rule that's just, the golden rule. What does it say do on the others? It's about as universal as humankind has been around. Really something very, very simple. You can have your opinion. That's cool. But consider this. Consider it a critique of your critique. How about this? Your critique was dog shit, and I'm just critiquing your critique. That's it. So everything's fair game when I just say it's criticism, right? So you can't take credit. If you mad that I'm responding to your response or whatever fucking yo dog, I heard you like responses, however you want to do it, right? Consider it that maybe you can't handle criticism. Consider it I'm critiquing your critique. Got a critique-ception going on. Someone says in the chat, you're spending a lot more time on this guy than he spent on you. Okay, this guy's been talking shit for weeks, did a whole stream on me, right? And I'm the one spending more time. Actually was nipping at the ankles for fucking, and then you got a co-host that had been nipping at my ankles for the entire year, and you got there to say, I'm spending more time. I don't do that. Like, I'm the response agent. That's the whole shit that I've been talking about right there. That's the problem. What's his name?
Whole shit.
Unfortunately, I'm not on StreamYard, so I can't fucking highlight it. But that's the whole shit I'm talking about, where it's like, people treat the responding agency like they're the problem. Like, you initiate a conflict, you talk all this noise, and then, God forbid, I'm like, all right, what's up? Then you like, well, yeah, you're being dramatic there, guy. Like, come on, man, stop being pussy. Have y'all ever been in a confrontation in your life? Like, serious? Or is it just like and shit on the internet? Have you ever been in any confrontation in your entire life?
Damn,
or is it just you do bitch shit, you talk behind people's back, and then go start pissing yourself when they find out and address you? Like, come on, bro. I'm the responding agency. That's what gets me about this. Like, dude, I don't like y'all. I don't know y'all like that. I don't know y'all to not like y'all. Like, I don't like y'all like that because I don't know you.
What the hell,
y'all
man?
Talk about me. I'm just a responding agent. If I have no reason to acknowledge your crackhead ass,
crackhead ass,
shut the fuck up. But don't go initiating problems and then crying foul. Don't do that shit. That's pussy. That's like going like a hockey. That's fucking pussy. That's as pussy as it gets. And by the way, and I'm gonna say this again, as I said every year that we do this. The way that I'm talked about by certain crack smokers on the internet, you think I couldn't appear anywhere publicly without someone trying to come and get shit addressed? We got Dallas Fan Expo next week, or 2 weeks, right? We got the meetup. I better be feeling some energy when I'm pulling up there, okay? I better be feeling some energy. If not, we all know that y'all front for an audience on this. Because the fact that people ain't pulling up, I don't understand that. I'm giving y'all where I'm at, not hiding behind a fucking microphone and a camera. Like, I'm giving you where I'm at. Let's hash it out. Let's talk about it. Let's get in. Let's do confrontation. But ain't none of that energy. I'm going around. It's all love and depth. Everybody want to dap, but I'm cool. I'm taking pictures all for everything good. Boy, I open my Twitter. You got motherfuckers calling me all kinds of shit. Shit, I don't even know what it is. Sometimes I gotta Google what the fuck this shit is. Like, what the fuck is that? Pull up. Let's talk. Pull up. Instead of hiding behind these fucking podcasts and fucking doing videos and shit. Doing videos and all that shit, and then not having a nutsack to just be like honest about who it is you are. You're a shit stirrer. That's fine. That's perfectly fine with you. You're a shit stirrer, but let's be honest. Let's not try to take the angle where you being a shit stirrer is somehow good faith acting. It's not. You can't be both. That's cool. You're inflammatory. I'm okay with that type of guy. That's not me. But if you're gonna be purposefully inflammatory, talk noise, don't then cry and say, "Well, I'm just being an honest. I'm just honest criticism." Like, no, it's not. It's shit stirring, and just be who it is that you are. So and so criticize your comment just so you know that both defended terrible people and cuties as well. Okay, doesn't surprise me that bad faith actors have weird takes. You be going to anime material again this year. Potentially. I haven't got confirmation, but potentially. That's another place people can pull up. Yellow Flash, my man's of the 10s. He said people trash have never read comics. I do, and your book was fine. Art was great, and story was fun. That's what comic fans are looking for. Looking forward to the next one, said Yellow Flash. Hey, man, I appreciate that. Don't bother showing any more of the comic grip of these bad-faced actors. Should have to prove that.
Yellow Flash.
Yeah, man, I reciprocate, man. That's my...
You reciprocate.
That's my position. Like, I give you the energy you give at me. If you come at me with respect, even if it's in a negative connotation, if it's respectful, I'm good. If it's disrespect, then I'm gonna match you, and you can't be pussy and get upset because I match your disrespect. Because you're the initiating party. You have to have enough gonads to understand that you can't just tee off on people like that. So if you come at people with disrespect, this is for anybody. You can't be upset that someone else came at you. If you come individually at them, like, we're not talking like in a vague sense. I'm talking like you're talking about someone specific, and you come at them with disrespect.
Everything's a nightmare.
You got what you fucking deserve. Not everybody's information is valuable. Most of it's useless, actually. And like I said, I don't know if Buster Baxter over there thinks that his opinion is more.
Buster Baxter. See, this is why I don't mind. Like, you know, people say, why do you criticize Eric's appearance or anything, or, you know, why do? Because he does that. He calls people fat. He calls people Buster Baxter. Like, he has no. If me attacking Eric July over like his shoulder hair or whatever it is, he deserves that. He asks for it. I try not to go so far as to criticize people's appearances too much, not in any real hurtful way. His shoulder hair he can fix. You can shave that shit. But he actually asks for this. He calls people fat. He calls people pedophiles. He does all this nonsense. And then I don't know. Who knows?
Dixon, who we do talk about with the work and stuff.
God, it's so painful,
If I have someone
dude.
like that in my corner, if you are not even remotely as accomplished as him, what incentive do I have to listen to you? Buster Baxter, Chuck Dixon. You see what I'm saying? Like, which one of those guys do I listen to when they say, "Hey, consider this and consider that"? The City Boy says, "So what is the premise of your comment because it's vague and disagreeable on the short term?" Your comments are vague, so they give you a specific. We have, all right, yeah, HRD, I guess you stopped now. It says, the comments seem to largely I need specifics. Like, it's not helpful. I would love to answer, like, try to get, like, what, is there a specific thing that you want to that you're like, I need an answer to, and I
coming at you with music and fun.
Listen, like I said, this is what I was saying
Careful, you
earlier.
may learn
Some information
something
is
before
to
it's
others
done.
tonight, and you just kind of got to roll with the punches. Like, I can't, I listen to people and feedback from genuine people, genuine customers, genuine people in the industry, not so-and-so or bad faith actors. So, that's just, and I'll never
Perfectly timed. Perfectly timed. Thank you, everyone. The reason for this clipping was only to show the full response to Dick Masterson's notes. This was streamed publicly and then was recorded during a public stream. However, Rip remembers his videos. He only serves to relay and not to pirate his content. Nothing that wasn't a response to Dick was clipped. Just ask me to take it down if you want. Have a nice day. Perfect job, Clip Sama. Tell you, amazing. What an incredible thing, guys. How do you feel about that? What'd you think? Fuck. All right, hold on. We got some super chats. Thank you. The super chats are you guys saying, thanks, Ethan. Thanks for a hell of a show. I appreciate that. I want to do Trashcast for you every night. I do. It's fun. And there's always something. There's always something. Damn, dude. Danny Grimm. The fact that he must explain ISOM proves it sucks. Yeah, he's just like, can't you see it was right there? Well, it wasn't clear enough. And again, that is your fault as a writer. It is not the reader's fault that they did not understand. You have to go over it a million times and just clarify it every single time and just make sure that people understand. Nordman, for $5 says, man, for a dude who says he can take criticism, sure does blow up. I know. Eric told people to pull up, then he called the cops when they did, says Michael Winning. Eddie Spaghetti. ISOM versus Darren should be similar to Daredevil versus Kingpin, not a lame Luke Cage knockoff versus some club owner with a somewhat capable security staff. Yes, I agree. And Mario Ruiz says, this is so ghetto, it's beyond belief. Hiroshima Taru says, by putting out a book, he initiated the discussion. Let me see. Pranvat Gulati says, this is rough, EVS. She's a literal child. I didn't know that. I didn't understand. What are you going to say? Baka for wow, thanks for $20. You're riding Eric pretty hard. You saddled him with accepting criticism from a crop of malcontents. He's champing at the bit to correct his haters. I know you're trying to remove his blinders, but you should rein it in. Horseman, 100%. Yeah, guys, I don't know. What are you going to do? Clips on awesome, better than Horseman, says Chris Carter. Yeah, I mean, that was a really helpful thing. Eric is way more of a crybaby now that I see these videos here. Never really followed him. Proud CG supporter. Yeah, it's something else, man. When you really see this stuff and you just kind of go, this is why this is all happening. And I understand. I think at some point somebody pulled him aside and just said, dude, you're going to have to move differently. You're going to need to move differently. You're the owner of a multi-million-dollar business.